Oh, cool. Nintendo just announced their next console in a tweet. Is that all? No, there's a lot more to it. Let's discuss. Guys, welcome back to Mood News. I'm your host, Mads of Mood News, and today's a very exciting episode of Mood News. How many times have I said Mood News? Are you counting? Mood News. Anyways, today we're going to be talking about this new announcement Nintendo put out, not just about the Nintendo Switch 2, not only about a June Direct, which is pretty cool that they announced that as well, but also why they did it. They had a whole financial report done. There's a lot to discuss, so without further ado, let's get into it. The first bit of information, which you've probably seen circled around already, or if you're on Twitter or whatever, is that Nintendo Co. Limited, their company account, or their corporate account, whatever you want to say, corporate, company, financial, the boring account, tweeted out saying, "This is for Raquel, president of Nintendo. We will make an announcement about the successor to Nintendo Switch within this fiscal year." In case you don't know what fiscal year is, that's basically April to April instead of January to December. It's more of like a financial thing for like taxes and business crap. I don't even really know why we have it, but I guess that's how it is. That's the way the world works. Whatever. Okay, cool. It will have been over 9 years since we announced the existence of a Nintendo Switch back in March 2015. That's when it was initially announced as the NX, in case you were curious. We will be holding a Nintendo Direct this June regarding the Nintendo Switch software lineup for the latter half of 2024. That's exciting, but please be aware that there will be no mention of Nintendo Switch successor during that presentation. So, that's pretty interesting in and of itself. First off, I would say that the Nintendo Switch successor not being in that Direct makes sense. It will probably be around November, September, or October is what I'm guessing is when it will be fully announced. And actually, I'm really curious about this because Nintendo can either go the Nintendo Switch route and announce it around that time of like October and then release it in March or like in the early half of 2025, which a lot of people were predicting. However, that does make them miss out on the December winter holiday sale, which could like hugely benefit them, like most consoles release around November, like that's just what it's known to be. So Nintendo was actually kind of weird for releasing the Switch in March. It was sort of like, ooh, let's play things differently, let's do this instead, and I think it worked out definitely. So maybe they'll do that again and just try and recreate the success of a Switch, but I feel like there's a bit of like worry of just trying to spark, whatever the quote is, spark fire once or spark fire twice, whatever catch lightning twice, you know what I'm talking about. I think there's a bit more risk with posting it, what am I saying, with releasing the next console in March again. So it's a bit, there's a lot of different ways that they could go about that, but then Nintendo June Direct seems very, very exciting, because currently, if I just quickly jump, I looked at the financial report, and at the bottom of it, they show all the releases of 2023 and all the Nintendo releases of 2024. And if we look at the Nintendo releases of software in 2023, we had Advance Wars 1+2 Reboot Camp, which got delayed and had that whole crazy, cycle of life it had. The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, of course. Pikmin 1, Pikmin 2, which got re-released on Switch. Everybody Want to Switch. Oh, that was a game. Pikmin 4, Detective Pikachu Returns, Mario Bros. Wonder, WarioWare Move It, Mario RPG, Another Code Recollection, Mario vs. Donkey Kong, and Princess Peach Showtime. Now compare that to what we have so far in games released in the 2024 fiscal year. We have Endless Ocean Luminous, which was already released. We have Paper Mario The Thousand Year Door, which comes out later this month. Luigi's Mansion 2 HD, Pokemon Legends ZA, and Metroid Prime 4. That is all we have. And so, like, if you, showcase this financial report to your investors, have the investors being, all right, guys, look, this is what we got. This is our trajectory. This is how many units we've sold. This is what's up. We've got more users on this. We're trying to do more movies. We've got the Mario Movie 2 coming out later in 2026. We've got the theme parks. We're really trying to expand ourselves out. We've got a Nintendo Museum coming out in Japan. Loads of cool stuff. Yeah. Rock on. We're winning. And then they're like, oh, but what about the games? What about the games? Like, oh yeah, the thing which we're sort of known for. Yeah, we don't have any currently. And so like for them to launch, it's the same thing of like, oh, people asking like, oh well, the Switch is on like a trajectory down now. Like if you see the At least in terms of like the sales. It's honestly, it's not even by that much of a margin. I think if I look at the financial report now, so it seems like they're actually up in a lot of places, but also in terms of a comparison, you know, they're down a bit more sales down here, you know, software sales, hardware sales. They're on a trajectory of like, you know, everyone's got a Switch enough where there's no more Switches to sell to people. You know what I mean? So because of that, right, they're like, okay, you know what? Alongside this financial report, let's do a little announcement just to get our, you know, investors okay and, you know, calm them down a little bit. Also get people a little bit excited. It wasn't, I think, the purpose of getting people excited. Unless you're like me and other people and other people who do this for a living. It's like, you know, make this their world. This was definitely, you know, focused on just their investors to know about it. But them doing this definitely reassures them that it's like, hey, look, we're on a good trajectory. We've got more stuff coming out. And it's just crazy that this is like the first time we've had a direct announcement this early. It's good that we're getting one in June. I mean, it's obvious we usually get one in June regardless. But that's pretty exciting. And just thinking about what sort of games will come out of that, especially knowing that we're going to get a Switch 2 announcement a little bit later after that, is even extra exciting because it's like, oh, okay, are we going to get big, huge games? No, we're probably going to get smaller games like we've been getting and remakes and stuff. But I do have hope for like a few little things here and there. Like I think we could definitely get a new Mario sports game. I think that would be very good. We could get, I kind of want to get a new sport entirely. Like I know we haven't had Sluggers on Switch yet. It would be really cool to get a Mario baseball game. But at the same time, I kind of really want to see like a brand new sport, like I don't know, surfing or skateboarding. Like, oh my god, like skateboarding Mario would be so much fun, or snowboarding, skiing and snowboarding. I'd love a skiing and snowboarding game. That would be so much fun. Come on, we get a Mario snowboarding game. That would be so much fun. Oh my god. We could get a Tomodachi Life port. No, we're not gonna get that. Who am I kidding? Why did I even say that? Why did I even write that down? That's just cope. That's just sad, depressing cope. We could get a Rhythm Heaven game. No, that's more cope. That's more cope, guys. What am I saying? What else can we get? Zelda ports? Oh, that's sort of like, you know, a possibility. We could get Wind Waker or Twilight Princess with them as like a dual pack because those HD ports already exist. They could just easily port them over. That could be easy. I think just anything on the bucket list which hasn't been on Switch yet, we could definitely get. You know what I mean? But in terms of brand new titles, I don't really know. I wouldn't mind like a top-down Zelda game. That would be kind of fun. But if we're getting those Zelda ports already, then it's like, what's the point? We already have Zelda coverage in that regard. Mario Galaxy 2. I don't know, guys. I think we're just going to focus on getting a lot more remakes for the rest of this year because really that's all we can really get for now. You know, it's like I'm not expecting Nintendo to be putting any more like hardcore time into their Switch games, you know, like I'm pretty sure all their energy is focused on Switch 2 games, just to make that as robust and as exciting as possible. Oh my god, we're going to get a new 3D Mario, I'm certain of it, as a launch title, and it's going to be bloody awesome. Oh my goodness, I cannot wait. If I'm wrong, pinch me or attack me or whatever. I don't know. Actually, don't pinch me. That's rude. But what do you guys think? Do you guys have any predictions on what you'd like to see in the June Direct? Do you think that finance is boring and that this was a waste of time, or are you kind of interested in like, oh, okay, let me look at the business side of Nintendo and see what's happening? And it's sort of interesting that when you look at it through a business lens, you sort of see how Nintendo Switch announcements and all these things for you know, directs and stuff is all just done very like smartly. You know, it's like they might just even have like a game which we've been sitting on for ages, but it makes more sense to release this game at this period of time. And it's like, it sort of makes sense in a lot of ways for them to, you know, release all of these games in the first half of 2024, which we're aware of, and then, you know, boatload for second half at that certain point. You know, there's a lot of like interesting like techniques and marketing strategies and all that stuff where it's like, oh, okay, they know what they're doing. Bloody hell. I wish I was that smart. But whatever, guys, alright, that's me. That's enough of me yapping on and making no sense. Hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your day or evening or whatever, or have a good sleep. And I'll see you in the next episode of Mood News. Alright, bye. Bye for now. Bye.